Was on off site, can only imagine what a combo like. Style code is ice, I'ma take my chance and just roll the dice. I hope it land on 7, I'm feeling lucky 7. Ever since I woke up, started my day like I'm 7.
Everybody that's in here, like, this is the first time I've done this, so please bear with me and work with me. I'm not used to speaking in front of people. You're doing good. I want to thank all y'all for coming, you know what I mean? We're trying to do something different here, you know, some barbershop slash cafe. One of the first ones around, nobody's done it. My dad, Ed Harrison, I did it there, you know, so we know thank you for that. He thinks he's behind the scenes, but he's going to be up here in a little bit to talk to y'all, but, you know, we're going to have, you know, a few people get up here, you know what I mean, tell those stories, do spoken word, poetry, rap, you know, hope y'all enjoy it. We got Mr. Tony here.
Oh yeah, great musician.
It's about to, you know, bless us with some of that good music that we got a chance to hear him earlier before y'all got here. Y'all definitely like it. We got a few artists, you know, it's gonna be a good night, chill. We got some food, drinks back here, you know, welcome yourself to it. But, you know, right now I ain't gonna talk too much. I'm gonna go ahead and let Mr. Tony here tell a little sounds.
All right,
thanks for letting me get this thing started, you know.
Yes, sir.
I think this is the start of something big.
There you go.
And I'm glad to be one of the first people here to get this thing started. So we're going to start it off right now. Just play a little bit for you. Can't wait to hear some of the spoken word.
First off, I want to say thank you for this opportunity, you know, because this is really like dope what they're doing. I think it's amazing. I think it's good to be right in the middle of the community. Everybody can come out. They got great vibes throughout the week anyway, you know what I mean? So this is just extending over into the art of, you know, music, poetry, and instruments. Like, give it up for Tony. To this heaven on earth. That living water that quenches every single thirst. And every time I take a step back and look deep within, I see his reflection first. He's worth all the pain and hurt I ever had to endure. Which is why I praise and think about this glorious day when he will open that glorious door. Me stepping in the sunlight where the sunny days are the realest. Immediately thinking, I wish everybody could feel this. So it's those sunny days with those sunny rays that remind me of God's grace and why I'm here anyway.
All right, how's everybody doing this evening? Like she said, my name is Javon Benzel. I'm a hip hop artist and poet. This is my first debut book called Whether You Read This or Not. This is actually a lot of poetry that I've gathered over years. Some from the time she's talking about, like I'll say in the course of 5 to 10 years. Also some lyrics. Look around. Everything you see was once just a vision. Once somebody once considered and most saw as an obstacle, but how so? How this once preconditioned coward changed the way that he was wired, I don't know. Maybe he got tired, maybe he got tired of being tired, maybe he finally saw past the horizon and decided he'd rather die living than live dying. I'm sure doubt came across his mind 1,000,001 too many times, but by the 1,020,000th time, he decided to try them, challenge them, question them, back-mouthing them, ironically turning his inner voice down a bit made his presence louder. Now his actions speak volumes, from the deepest valley to the highest mountain tip. I guess he found his gist.
I'm just glad that I was invited to do this. I'm not a speaker, I don't, but I will for tonight. My first poem is something kind of dear to me. It's called, How Deep Are You? Are you deep enough to lend a helping hand to your sisters or brothers instead of knocking them down even more, fearing of them getting more? Are you deep enough not to taunt our elderly generation, for they fought for our freedom to vote, to speak, and to do whatever we choose? Are you deep enough to get knowledge of our true heritage? So with this being said, I say to you, are you deep enough to take a stand? This is the question at hand.
Look at that. Now look at that. That was beautiful. This is a poem that I wrote about myself, actually. It's a self-love poem. So it goes like this. The way you make me feel could instantly make my heart heal. When I look at you, I smile because you've been here for a while. Although times have been hard, you've always mended my broken heart. Although, know the path to you was not easy, but you made me believe in me. You've been there for me through thick and thin, and you always remind me that I'd win. Every time I cried and no longer wanted to try, seeing your face kept me alive. Being with you every day took all the pain away. And at times when I thought love was gone, you were here to show me I was wrong. At times I felt like I couldn't love, and other times I wish you didn't exist. But being with you more and more made me want to change all of it. I'm sorry it took so long to realize how much you meant to me, and with you is where I always want to be. So thanks for allowing me to meet you, because there is no one that will ever replace you.
Glad everybody came out. Larry was talking about the banking initiative. That was something, an ideal I had a long time ago. And Larry called me one day, talking about people were going to get a group together, try to figure this thing out. And we did it, Larry. It took us a year. But my biggest thing about the banking initiative, what I've learned over a long period of time is you can have a great idea. If you don't have the financial backing, you just have a great idea. So Malcolm X said in 1962-63, if you don't control the economy in your community, you don't control your economy. So the one thing that we would like everybody to do, not only open up an account there, the reason behind that is the more of us who bank with them, they have to now listen to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We know 2020 is coming, the more people that go out and vote, they now have to listen to us. We as a community are the only community that does not come together when it comes down to finances and politics. We always split. We don't never agree on anything. We argue or we don't get involved. We have to understand, I studied Black Wall Street. There were many Black Wall Street in many cities. We had one right here on the east side of Wilmington was Black Wall Street that nobody talks about. But we control our own community. All the things that are going on down in these communities, we have to be accountable for, because in certain areas it doesn't happen because they don't allow it. We have to change our mindset. That's why this evening with the poetry and the music and all that is so great, and me and Ed talk about it all the time. We are going to change the mindset of this community. We're not waiting on nobody to come in. As Larry said before, in other places, we're not waiting for Superman. We're not waiting for a superhero. And I tell people superheroes is for entertainment. It is our responsibility to take care of our community. So I'm just asking everybody, events like this, please support, tell other people so they can come out. Great word, man, your words are so inspiring, but you have to look at, somebody's looking up to you. You know, Mr. Smith, somebody's looking up to you, Larry. We all have people that are looking up to us, so it's our responsibility to provide the best example for our young people so they can grow and take over this community. That's it.
I
guess it's my turn. I don't really have poetry or things like that to really say, but one word that, you know, we've heard a lot being expressed in here and every day is community. That, it means a lot to me because one of my major fears is that that would cease to exist. I say that because I look at my life, my son's life, my children's life, everybody around me. Our life has stood on the support of our community. I've been a barber in the community for my entire life. If you people weren't patronizing me, I wouldn't be here now. So, you know, with that kind of, you know, with that, I mean, who am I not to give back? Who am I not to give back to my community? With that being said, everything I do, everything we do is really, you know, based off of that. And one of the reasons why I got a little off track, one of the reasons why I fear that we could lose community is because I look at people every day. I deal with people every day in my life, and I see everybody so busy, running here, running there, doing this and doing that, caught up with dealing with things that are specific to them and issues that are specific to their lives. We all have to do those things, but it is so important that we remember that despite the fact that we have to do these things for ourselves, we have to lean on each other and other people. So when we have little events and little things like that, it's important for us to, get up out the bed, get from front to, go see what's going on, go see how you can add to that. Because if community ceases to exist, we're done. We're done, our way of life is done. Here, this right here is a perfect example of this barbershop, this cafe. We are small, we're tiny in respect to cafes and all that kind of stuff. We don't have the financial resources and the buying power of some of these others. But what we do, we exist because people like her come in here every day and volunteer what she does. Every day. She understands we're trying to get to a point where we're as strong and stable and we can start, spending and giving money and hiring jobs and, but right now we're not there and she understands that. So she gives her soul to this place. People like So that's what I mean by community and why it's so important. Because like I said, we wouldn't exist. This coffee shop would have been closed if she didn't come in and do what she did. Her by herself, if she didn't come in alone, we would have been closed. So we're at a point now where we have, we're growing and we're building, and the things that we want to do from it, we are going to put directly back into the community. We're not some of these bigger chains that we spend our money there and they send the money out here and there. No, we're going to develop programs. We already do. Develop programs, do events like this from the money, from the revenue that we generate to go directly back into our community. Directly back into our community. And that's how we survive. That's how we become Black Wall Street. And that's how we become stable and firm. And our commitment to that is definite. Definite. So that's pretty much all I got to say. I know when I go home, I'm gonna think of all that stuff I should say. But hopefully, I got my point across, that I appreciate the people who've been from day one when we had start brewing a coffee pot in the back room. People like Phyllis who don't like these, she don't like camera. But people like Phyllis, Adonis, people calling on, you know, people that Sharon come from Chester to come buy a muffin. People like that, why we are where we are, and why we trending up, and why we gonna grow, and why we're gonna be able to do the things that we say we're gonna do. We want this place to be the center of everything that's community, everything. When you walk in here, that wall right now is full of people that are resources to the community. So when you come in here, you'll see those resources. When you need something, somebody on that wall can point you in the right direction. That's what we want to do. So I thank everybody for coming out here and showing the support. It was way better than I thought it would.
Yes, I just need to say one thing. I am a product of the community. I come in here, I can sit at this table, I can get my business work done with the atmosphere, the ambience of the atmosphere plays a really big part. And you can sit here, you can have a cup of tea and just get some work done. I've done that. I've also come in where I've rented the space. Bring your meetings here. It's awesome. Ed is gonna let you have free will as long as you don't tear his stuff up. But when he says community, he lives that thing. And I'm so honored that I get to share a part of that. I had my very first book reading here on the first book that I wrote. And I'm grateful that I had this here for me, because where else would I have gone and not having to pay my left arm, right arm, and my left foot just to get in the door and not knowing if I was going to sell one book. So he's here. Bless him. Be a blessing to him as well as blessing yourself, because you're going to be the one that gets blessed in the long run as well. So I'm glad I'm part of the community.
Hey everybody, one other thing, I have a piece of paper like that. It says name and email. Whoever hasn't signed it, please fill it out, because this is the only event that we have going on. Like, we're planning on, doing things at the bowling alley. We're planning on, I'm in the process of thinking of a little wintertime bonfire barbecue type. We have enough space in the back for everybody to come in, have a good time, just relax, talk to people, it's just something to do. Keep the young kids out of trouble, get around positive folks, people that's actually doing things with themselves, and, people that actually want to see the whole neighborhood. And like I said, this is my first one. I want to thank every last one of you. Like, this is better than I thought. Like, in the beginning, I was sitting there when 5 o'clock hit. I was sitting there leaning out the window, like, all right, that car. That car. Looked up, I seen a line of cars. I said, that's it. And turned that. So my co-host said, she had to tell me, she was like, just chill, 5:15, 5:30, it's gonna happen. And then about 5:20, I looked, I was like, whoa.